So we got back from vacation 2 days ago, I think. It was a very much needed vacation. I needed to get away from work, so that was nice. We went on a car trip this time, which was a first for us, and I can't say I'm the biggest fan of road trips because it takes so long to get where you're going. I miss airplanes, but we had to do a road trip just to find a way to work with all of the restrictions that my work has. So the only way that we could find a loophole for vacationing was with a road trip. Went to a place that was not a hot spot for the plague, so we found a way to work and made it work. So the first night we went to Billings, Montana. 99 degrees when we got there at like late afternoon, early evening when we got there. And that was my day to change my site. So everything was absolutely normal with that. And this took a day. This is a very slow learning curve. I'm trying to be optimistic about this, but so my levels have been high all day, and I just attributed that to sitting in a car for hours on end, not moving around. You're not burning any kind of anything because you're sitting in a car. So wasn't really that stressed out about it. But then the next day we got back in the car and drove from Billings to Jackson, Wyoming, which is where most of our vacation was going to be. Made a pit stop most of the day in Yellowstone because it was on the way. Very interesting. Pretty. Lots of wildlife. Side note, Yellowstone would be worth another trip again if you have like 3 to 4 days to dedicate just to the park. But anyway, so my levels have been high. That night in Montana, like my pump kept waking me up like every other hour. I was not happy. My levels are high. So by the time we get to the hotel in Jackson, it was late at night. I think it was like 10 o'clock or something. Check my level again, and I'm at 441. Can't ignore it anymore. And I had been bolusing a lot. So I was at like 9 units of active insulin according to my pump screen. That much insulin level should not be that high. So I looked down at my infusion site, and like the bottom half of it was wet. So not all the insulin was going through. I think I was getting some because when I would bolus, my level would slightly dip by like 50 points, but it wasn't enough to actually do anything. So put a new infusion site in. Within like 4 hours, it planed out. So now I know what a bad infusion site is like. And I should have known. I've read about that on those Medtronic support groups on Facebook, but I've never had it happen before. So now I know what a bad infusion site's like. Again, trying to stay optimistic. It could have been a lot worse. I think it would have taken me longer to notice it if we'd been home and I'd been working, but so it was an easy fix though. So, and normally something always goes wrong on our trips, and this time, like nothing really went bad, which is good. Aside from my site failing, on the way back from Jackson to back home, we were at a pull-off along the side of a mountain edge, and my sunglasses just went straight over and down. So I need to buy a new pair of aviators. Not the end of the world, but I don't have sunglasses now. So, but vacation was fun. We went horseback riding. My butt is not meant for horseback riding. I was sore for like 2 days after that. We went fly fishing, went to a really nice art exhibit, which is where I got this idea from. So I've been working on this. It's supposed to look like a book. Just bear with me on this one. It's supposed to look like a book cover, and then what the artist did in the exhibit is wrote quotes and all that. But that was like blown glass onto copper. So but I get my art therapy in. I took a couple more days off from work just to get back into routine. And now that we're home and my stress level's gone way down, my levels have planed out beautifully. So it's always nice coming home. Otherwise, yeah, vacation was pretty quiet. But, oh, shh, that was dry. This rug has so many stains on it. Anyway, I'll see you next time.